Hello! This week's Artist of the Week is Bridget Riley. She is an op artist. Here are some examples of her artworks. Let's look at some a little closer up. So, first of all, op art is short for optical illusion art. They play tricks on your eyes. This artwork by Bridget Riley is called Fall. She used a lot of black and white in her early artworks. This one is called Blaze 4. If you look at it for a little while, it kind of starts to move. That's a big thing about op art. It makes your eyes feel kind of weird. Bridget Riley also used color sometimes, though, especially later in her career. This is called High Sky. Now, this week, I wanted to give you an Artist of the Week that we could learn from in a more concrete way. So I wanted to give you a project that you could follow step by step to make something awesome. Our last two Artists of the Week were also amazing, but the project ideas I was giving you were a little looser and you could decide how to interpret it. This one I wanted to teach you exactly how to make a really awesome piece of artwork. So how can we make our own op art that looks like this example? All right, so we're gonna try making an optical illusion drawing. This is pretty simple. So the first thing that I did was I cut a square from my piece of paper. You can do that whole folding to make a triangle and then cutting it into a square, or you can just cut a piece off. The reason I do this is because this drawing takes a while to do, even if it's kind of small. If you make a full size piece of paper version of this drawing, it's going to take you a long time. So I'm making it small so that it's manageable for me. So I cut my piece of paper. I have a ruler. You can use the side of a marker box. You could really use anything that has a straight edge to make these lines first. So you might want to make your lines with a pencil. I'm going to make them with a gray marker so you can see them. So I'm going to hold my ruler nice and steady, and I'm going to make a diagonal line anywhere across my paper. Okay, now I'm going to turn my paper a little bit, and I'm going to make another line here. I'm going to move it just a little bit away like that, so I have like a little chunk, a little triangle sticking out, and I'm going to make another line. Okay, now this is going to be where you want all of your lines to cross. So now I'm going to look at this space I've got. I'm going to try to fit maybe 3 sections through there. Line this up, hold it a little bit away from that crisscross. If you put it right on there, you're going to kind of go over it because the tip of the marker is a little thick. Okay, I'm going to go right there. Perfect. If you make a mistake, that's okay because the middle is going to get a little wonky. Be like Bob. Be okay with that mistake. Just roll with it. Okay, you don't want any sections too big, so I'm going to put one more line right through here. There we go. Okay, so I've got all those lines drawn. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make curved lines on every other section. Curved lines, kind of like a spider web. Okay, now on these sections, we're going to make the curve go out instead of in. It's a little tricky, so it's a good idea to start with a pencil until you get the hang of it. Okay, so some go out, some go in. Now, I'm going to do a whole section of this way. The closer you put together your lines, the more work you're going to have because you need to color in each one. So I'm going to leave a little space and make a whole bunch of curved out like a spider web lines. Okay, now you have to go to the next section. Don't jump to here. And I'm going to make lines connecting but going out the other way. Okay, make sure they connect with that first line right here. So it looks kind of like a nice connecting wave. If you've got any edges here that are kind of hanging off, make a section that goes off the edge. Now I'm going to do all of these other sections real quick. first step is done. Now, I made this one where I used just purple to color in, but I want to try something a little bit different with this one. So I'm going to try doing kind of a rainbow thing. So I'm going to start with this magenta or raspberry, and I'm going to color in from the middle. I'm going to color in every other triangle. Okay, I'm going for rainbow effect, so I'm going for orange next. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to color in the same one. I'm going to alternate. So I'm going to color in this one. Going for yellow next. So see how I'm alternating? I'm leaving this white space in between every other layer. Using the side of my marker to make this nice and quick. Cool. So both of these came out pretty awesome. I think that this one really looks more like an optical illusion with the solid color, but I really like rainbow. I know you know this about me. So you can try this either way. If you want to get really fancy, you can try with crayon or colored pencil, and you can do some shading on each of the sections. So here's how I did that. I'm just going to do this real quick for you. So say I've got my sections here. I'm going to start on one edge, pressing hard, and then I'm going to lift my crayon up just a little bit to let the pressure go to make it lighter in the middle. And I'm going to do that from the other side. Press really hard and then less hard, less hard, less hard, less hard, almost not at all when you get to the middle. And you'll get a shaded part. It takes a little while, but my goodness, look at that final product. Amazing.